And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you our most dangerous contestant in the arena, El Homo!
Second arrow in his face.
Hey, how's it going, folks? Season 3 of the finals is here, and Embark have absolutely cooked up a scrumptious new version of this game for us to devour. I am no less than thrilled with this update for the most part. Now, there is a couple of little silly things that they screwed up, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's get into the discussion of how great this update is and some key changes that you may have missed in the haste of it all. Okay, so folks, the map, the aesthetic, new cosmetics, and the best battle pass yet have all arrived, and they are juicy. Not to mention the really neat addition that lets us purchase individual items from previous bundles. This is all very positive. And I know I'm not the only one who's obsessed with the customization aspect right now. But beyond Embark squeezing and teasing our pockets, the gameplay changes and features are what really matters to most of us. So I've had the chance to run all the new items, and I've already formed an initial opinion that most of the new weapons and gadgets are good. Now, most of them aren't spectacular in a meta-changing way, but I can definitely say that, unlike Season 2's items, these new items are all actually usable from the get-go. The bow is the sexier weapon that we've gotten. It plays nice, does high damage, and probably matches the skill-to-reward ratio of the throwing knives. Now, it's by no means another version of the sniper. It has a completely different skill gap and is probably the highest skilled weapon in the game, now that I think about it. Now, for those of us who suck at using the sword or just want to use a decent melee weapon that isn't on the light build, the new dual-wield katanas are very nice. These blades are so easy to use. The only part that's going to take the extra bit of skill is deflecting. I'm so happy that they didn't just make a crappier version of the riot shield. And since we can deflect with these, it makes them the more aggressive option for melee on the medium build. The heavy winch claw is brutally intimidating if you're playing light or medium. I have annihilated teams by pairing it with the Lewis gun, but I've also been on the other side of it while missing all my shots with the bow. I think most of you are going to have fun with this ability, even if the other items aren't your thing. I can't speak as highly about the spear as the other new weapons. It seems to be okay, but I think it's a little too similar to the sledgehammer for my liking. Now, that's not to say it's a bad addition, but I do find it to be a similar case to when they added the FAMAs to medium in Season 2. Just another option for that category of weapon. Now, folks, I'm definitely going to be working on a new updated weapons tier list for this season because the balancing changes in the patch notes are crazy. I don't want to get into each and every detail, but let's just say that weapons, which were previously seen to be underused, such as the double barrel shotgun and burst weapons, have received huge buffs. So that's great. The biggest change, in my opinion, was for the LH1. I've been using it and can, without a shadow of a doubt, say that it is completely overtuned in this update. I'm knocking it up from an A-tier high-skill weapon straight up to an S-tier medium difficulty weapon, and probably the best gun in the game at this point in time. To look at what I had mentioned earlier with Embark making some silly, goofy mistakes with this update, I'm sure you're all aware of the new ranked mode. I'm a little baffled, to be honest. It's a casual game mode at best, but more importantly, Cash Out is one of the most creative and enjoyable game modes that I've played in any FPS game in years, so I just hope they don't have an identity crisis by going back and forth to suit everyone but the player base. Another feature they added for Season 3 is the requirement for new players to play 5 games of Terminal Attack before trying the other modes. I don't think there's any need to comment on how bad of a decision that is. All right, now let's not dwell on the negative, although it is a fairly significant negative. This update is bringing new players to the game, especially since the Summer Game Fest. I've noticed lots of new players in my lobbies, and I just hope you're all having a good time with the new changes. There's going to be some cracked new loadouts that I'll be showcasing soon with you folks, so be sure to stick around for when those videos drop. I'd also love to hear what you guys think of the update and changes. Do you think the finals is headed in the right direction? Feel free to get a discussion going in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to respond to any questions you have. Ratings and follows are greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.